already supporting the UN on entrepreneurships, on startups, and innovation and tech. And you told me earlier this week, you're ready to do more. Well, I'm telling you here today, we're ready to do business with you, with the UK, with Gates, with France. We want to build up, accelerate, and drive this. So, Honorable Minister of France, we look forward to the ribbon cutting with President Macron in the next 18 months. But at UN, we have a different mantra. We have all the deans here. We are not waiting. We will have the ribbon cutting, but we're not waiting. We're already moving on curriculum design. We're already moving on partnerships. And of course, we also have the other 4 pillars under the Big Five. As you know, because you, Mr. President, you're spearheading this, not just in this country, but in all your engagement outside the country. The second one is the Nairobi School of AI. The third, a leadership institute. So the best and the brightest young folks from this nation don't have to travel to the United States, to Harvard or Stanford. Most of them, as you know, from Mukuru, Mukweni, they can't afford that. So why don't we bring Harvard to Kenya? And that's exactly what we're doing with the Leadership Institute. We're developing and launching and implementing a dedicated job center, and finally, an advanced health research institute. So, Excellencies, I was here the last few days. I saw some sunshine, a lot of clouds, and quite some rain. So before I close, I want to acknowledge it's not all beds of roses at the University of Nairobi. And like all public universities, the whole institution was paralyzed by a staff strike in the last few weeks. And thanks to you, CS Education, for having managed to resolve this crisis over the weekend. However, we at UN, we fell this year, for the first time ever, to the lowest level of world university rankings. We're at a turning point. I'm absolutely convinced, as Chancellor of this university, that our university cannot only be the greatest university in East Africa, but the greatest in Africa, and one of the greatest in the world. But for that, I don't just want the staff to be properly paid, as they should. To get where we need to go, we will need far more staff to increase our teaching to student ratios. We need far more PhDs. We need far more PhDs, both for staff and students, among many other things. So, as you know, Mr. President, I've taken on this voluntary, unpaid, for the record, unpaid role to find an indebted organization running deeper and deeper deficits year on year. Which means the flip side, Honorable Minister, that's why we're so delighted you have you here. We need a complete transformation to get the UN back on track. Think about it. We sit on an incredible wealth of staff, the best students, not just in the nation, on the continent, land, and as demonstrated today, partnerships. So I thank you, Mr. President, for giving your blessing to the Innovation Park, to the Big Five, to a rapid transformation agenda, to rebound the UN, using all available assets, resources, partnerships, and to spreading this transformation across the nation. In concert, CS, as you lead with all Kenyan universities. Together, higher education can make the nation's youth, sir, unstoppable. Silicon Savanah Innovation Park can make the nation, sir, digital economy unstoppable. And with that, this great nation, Kenya, will be unstoppable. I thank you very much. Asante sana.
Another round of applause for the Chancellor for excellent delivery. And I'm sure, Your Excellency, you'll agree with me, he would make a good preacher. But what's a preacher without converts? Your Excellency, at this point, allow me to now call on two innovators, and that is Nafisa Agil and Bridget Minor, to just come and speak briefly as innovators. Why don't we welcome them with a clap? Karibuni sana.
Thank you. Good morning, all protocols observed. My name is Nafisa Agil. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Deaf Health. Thank you. A startup that is designed to curb the communication barrier between healthcare workers and the deaf patient. So since launching this October, we have been able to develop an innovative edtech solution that trains medical doctors and nurses on medical sign language so that they can better support the deaf patient. And we have successfully trained over 60 medical doctors and 60 nursing students. We are currently building an AI-powered triage system that is going to convert sign language into text so that you can better streamline documentation of medical records. And I believe this is something that is going to be revolutionary for the deaf patient when it comes to accessing healthcare. The University of Nairobi Innovation Park, together with the French government support, is going to help us build our AI prototype, as well as connecting us to mentors and a fully equipped co-working space. So this is something that's going to be very beneficial to us. And Mr. Chancellor, sir, thank you so much for actualizing the Big Five agenda, and we are ready here as Kenyan youth to take it off. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. All protocol observed. I'm the founder of a healthcare resourcing startup where we aim to streamline the connection between hospitals and healthcare practitioners, especially in rural areas. Since our launch earlier this year, we've managed to partner with 5 hospitals, and we aim to scale to over 100 hospitals by the end of next year. Now, I will not lie, building a startup is challenging. However, with the Innovation Park, supported of course by the French government, we are confident that they're going to help young innovators like myself to overcome the initial hurdles by linking us to finance, and this will pave the way for greater impact. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Let's give them another hand clap. Innovators. Your Excellency, sir, at this point, allow me now to call on Honorable Tani Mohamed Solihi, French Minister of State for Francophonie and International Partnerships. Why don't we welcome him with a warm clap? Welcome, sir.
Mheshimiwa Rais William RUTO, Baraza la Mawaziri, rafiki yangu Chancellor Patrick, mabibi na mabwana, hamjamboni nyote. Nina furaha sana kuwa nanyi hapa leo kuanzisha mradi muhimu kwa nchi zetu mbili. France founded the Engineering and Science Complex as a cornerstone to University of Nairobi Big Five Silicon Savanah Innovation Park. I express my warmest thanks to His Excellency President RUTO for hosting this great event and the State House, and for his strong support to this project. I would like to remind you all of the strong attachment of our two presidents, William RUTO and Emmanuel Macron, to this flagship project between France and Kenya. Through our support for this engineering and science complex, financed with 35 million via the French Development Agency, AFD. France is honored to contribute to the development of higher education and engineering sciences in Kenya and the region. The engineering and science complex aims to reinforce academic training and research activities, develop capacities in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. The aim is to train the next generation of industry-qualified engineers and scientists to drive Kenya's development agenda in the country and beyond. It has been a long and demanding but exciting journey. The idea for this project originated as early as 2015 within the visionary teams at the University of Nairobi, and its concrete push was given during President Macron's 2019 visit to Nairobi. With two financing agreements of 30 million in sovereign loans and 5 million in grants signed on October 29 of 2021 between the government of Kenya and AFD, the Science and Engineering Complex project is currently the largest financial commitment of France in sub-Saharan Africa in the field of higher education, research, and innovation. We are really pleased to build lasting partnership between the University of Nairobi and leading French higher education institutions like Paris Tech, École des Ponts et Chaussées, Central Supélec, or Université Paris-Saclay. This already rich academic and scientific partnership could be further extended to other French establishments. The engineering and science complex will feature 8 centers of excellence for research and innovation, and it will include one specially on artificial intelligence. As you know, we are very active of artificial intelligence. We will soon host the International Summit for Action on AI next February in Paris. You will be the welcome, Mr. President. I am also pleased to see the commitments already signed with both local and international companies to reinforce industry linkages and close collaborations with the private sector. I would like to thank the different companies on board, as well as the French Chamber of Commerce in Kenya. I strongly encourage other companies to build a public-private partnership. The science and engineering complex is first and foremost for the benefit of the Kenyan youth. I hope this will become a meeting place for the youth of our two countries and accelerate student mobility from France to Kenya and from Kenya to France. I am also very sensitive to the fact that you also focus on developing training for young women. I would like to pay tribute to the dynamism and the personal commitment of the Chancellor and the Vice Chancellor, and more broadly to the university and scientific committees, both in Kenya and France. This project is also your project. Ningependa kutoa shukrani zangu kwa Mheshimiwa Rais William RUTO for this strong support to this project, but more generally for his personal commitment to foster the special Franco-Kenyan relationships. This strong and trusting relationship will, I am sure, be expressed in the success of the next Africa-France Summit that our two countries will organize together here in Nairobi in 2026. Tuendelee kushirikiana na kuimarisha urafiki wetu. Thank you, asante sana.
Another clap for him, even if just for the Swahili. Bwana Waziri, Kiswahili chako chapendeza sana. And for those who did not understand Swahili, what I said is Kiswahili chako chapendeza sana. Your Excellency, sir, it's now my pleasure to call on the Cabinet Secretary for Education, Mr. Julius Ogamba Migos, to come and make his remarks and in turn invite His Excellency the President. We can clap for him as he's coming. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, the French Minister of State for Francophonie and International Partnerships, the Honorable Thani Mohamed Solhai, the Ambassador of France to Kenya, the Principal Secretary, State Department for Higher Education, the Chancellor of the University of Nairobi, Professor Patrick Bakojen, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great honor to join you on this occasion for the launch of the Engineering and Science Complex of the University of Nairobi. At the outset, I wish to thank you, Your Excellency, most sincerely for finding time out of your busy schedule to preside over this event. The launch of this Engineering and Science Complex is the beginning of a transformative set of initiatives build the Big Five agenda that are being spearheaded by the Chancellor of the Nairobi University. These are University of Nairobi Innovation Park, the Kenya Green Jobs Center, the Nairobi School of Artificial Intelligence, the African Leadership Institute, and the Nairobi Advanced Health Research Program. The complex will be the cornerstone of two of the university's Big Five pillars, the Silicon Savanah's Innovation Park and the School of Artificial Intelligence. The Innovation Park, Your Excellency, will seek to consolidate the university's place as a leading incubator and home of entrepreneurship. It will provide students with early stage exposure to entrepreneurial skills by providing a single place for setting up shop, working and creating networks and linkages between innovators, investors, and technical partners. The School of Artificial Intelligence, on the other hand, will create a platform for partnerships with leading technology players in both the public and private sectors and to deliver top-tier and homemade artificial intelligence solutions. Your Excellency, may I take this opportunity to thank the Chancellor, Professor Patrick, for the work he's doing at the University of Nairobi. He has taken up his role with dedication, ambition, and vision. The Big Five pillars that the Chancellor is spearheading will definitely transform the University of Nairobi into a fit-for-purpose institution for a sustainable and resilient future. The Innovation Park and the School of Artificial Intelligence will enhance our research and prepare our youth for the future of work as engines for a far more sustainable and resilient economy. This transformative agenda encompasses what the Kenya Kwanza administration envisions for tertiary education in Kenya. It is an example that other institutions of higher learning have to emulate as we seek to instill relevance and sustainability in all our higher education institutions. Your Excellency, may I also thank our development partners, including the French government through the French Development Agency, for supporting this noble project. We look forward to working together to fulfill this shared transformative vision. As I conclude, Your Excellency, I wish to take this opportunity to undertake as a ministry to you that we will work with the University of Nairobi and other tertiary institutions to create an enabling and conducive environment for the rollout of this project and other projects, including the other 5 pillars. I thank you for your dedicated support and availability to guide and advise as we forge ahead with the revitalization of our institutions and systems. It is now my honor, Your Excellency, to invite you to make your remarks. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much. Please, let's take our seats. Your Excellencies, Honorable Ministers, Chancellor of the University of Nairobi, friends, today is a very important day for all of us and a proud moment for members of the University of Nairobi community. We gather here to launch a defining component of the Silicon Savanah Innovation Park, a bold step in our journey to harness the power of the new industrial revolution and position Kenya as a leading industrial nation. The inauguration of this engineering and science complex is both a historic milestone for the University of Nairobi and a defining moment in our nation's journey of transformation. We are here to celebrate a remarkable achievement and at the same time ignite a transformative project that will initiate pathways to greater productivity, increase capacities for creativity, and multiply opportunities to innovate, drive, and foster economic growth and consolidate Kenya's profile as a leader in the digital age. We stand at a crossroads of historic opportunity and challenge in Africa. On the one hand, we possess unprecedented potential to drive industrialization, innovation, and inclusive prosperity on a global scale. On the other hand, we face complex and dynamic risks, threats, and crises. With a median age of 19 and over 60% of the population under 25, Africa is home to millions of well-educated and highly skilled young men and women ready to make their contribution to the advancement of our economies and industries. The case of these two great girls is a pointer to where this is going. Our youth represent Africa's most valuable resource. And you said it, Chancellor, that we are a continent of immense natural resource potential, but we are also home to one of the best human capital anywhere in the world. A boundless reservoir of energy, creativity, and ambition. This demographic is not merely a statistic, it is a heartbeat of our continent's future. By channeling this vitality into science, technology, and innovation, we can turn Africa's challenges into opportunities, transform our vast resources into wealth and well-being, and solve global problems with uniquely African solutions. Yet this immense potential is overshadowed by a sobering reality. Every year, tens of millions of young Africans enter the job market full of hope and a desire to create, innovate, contribute to the well-being of themselves, their families, their communities, and their nations. Unfortunately, for far too many, this transition rarely culminates in opportunity, and more often in the frustration of unemployment and the uncertainty of informal work. This glaring paradox of an underdevelopment in the face of resource abundance and of unemployment in the presence of immense industrial potential calls for immediate and urgent action to harness Africa's demographic dividend and transform it into a dynamic engine of inclusive innovation, growth, and prosperity for all of us. In Kenya, the situation is equally unsustainable, requiring urgent and effective strategic intervention. Each year, 1 million graduates enter the job market, yet more than half struggle to secure meaningful employment with decent incomes. This stark reality has informed the radical plan to enhance labor productivity across all sectors, particularly in the strategic pillars of the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. I remember very well that when we were crafting our manifesto, we said that we need to be deliberate, to be intentional on where we are going to create jobs, how, and be scientific in how those jobs are going to be created. And that is why we have focused on areas that are intentional about creating jobs, whether it is in our housing plan or in our digital jobs agenda, or in our export of labor program. We are intentional on where we are going to create jobs because, as Chancellor here said, it is jobs, jobs, and more jobs. And therefore, it is important that as we look at the array of space where we can create these jobs, technology, the digital space is a very critical aspect and component of the place where we can expand high quality, forward-looking future and present jobs. And it is the reason why we are expanding our digital footprint. We've made a conscious decision as a government that we are going to have the infrastructure for an ICT hub in every ward in Kenya, so that we create the ecosystem for more young people to participate in the digital space by fast access. And then secondly, they can be trained and they can socialize with the entire ecosystem of digital jobs and digital commerce and digital space for them to be able to participate meaningfully in this space. We fully recognize the urgency of the moment, and that is why this event holds extraordinary significance as a strategic response. I remember last year with my friend, the immediate former ambassador of the US, we visited the Silicon Valley. And we went to Apple, as you've said. And the discussion between us and Apple was, how do we manufacture some of their assets in Kenya? And I'm very proud that in that trip, we managed to persuade the American government for Kenya to be among the countries that could manufacture ICT chips from Kenya. That assignment is now in progress. I'm also very proud that we managed to sign on green data centers to be set up also in Kenya using our geothermal resources in Kenya. These are spaces that have a present and future potential. In the Silicon Savanah Innovation Park, our promise to the youth materializes as a learning and innovation ecosystem committed to equip them with the skills, tools, and capacity to seize opportunities and thrive in a broad variety of emerging industries, ranging from artificial intelligence, green engineering, and advanced manufacturing. The park also serves as a model for transforming our natural and human potential into tangible prosperity, channeling the youth's energy into enterprise and turning dreams into lived experiences. This project is not just about creating jobs. It is about reshaping Kenya's economic DNA by anchoring a robust technology and innovation ecosystem within a leading institution of higher learning. We strengthen linkages with industry and forge partnerships with regional and global entities. The University of Nairobi's engineering and science complex, which has benefited from 35 million euro investment by the government of France, exemplifies the future of visionary international partnerships. And I want to thank you, Minister, and through you, my brother, President Emmanuel Macron, a great friend of Kenya and a great friend of Africa, for this gesture of support. We don't take it for granted. Through collaboration with esteemed institutions such as Université Paris-Saclay and Central Super Lake, we have succeeded in establishing a world-class platform that affirms Kenya's credentials as Africa's foremost tech capital. The Silicon Savanah Innovation Park embodies what can be achieved within higher education, industry, and government when they unite in a shared mission to drive progress, prosperity, inclusivity, and marks an important step towards the achievement of Kenya's Vision 2030 and the realization of Africa's Agenda 2063. It also capitalizes on critical complementarities with national frameworks like the National Council for Science, Technology, and Innovation, the National Research Foundation, and the Kenya Innovation Agency, to ensure that we enhance its global competitiveness while staying committed to sustainability and innovation. With its focus on critical fields such as green technologies, artificial intelligence, and climate resilience, and the park underscores Kenya's explicit commitment to contribute boldly to global efforts to address the most urgent challenges of our time. The Silicon Savanah Innovation Park transcends promise to become an important global innovation hub, the heartbeat of our digital revolution, and the engine of our national industrial transformation. By connecting the University of Nairobi's technology-driven ecosystem with Concert Technopolis, we create a seamless pipeline of talent, ideas, and transformative solutions. This is part of an ambitious vision to configure similar systems of interconnected and complementary operations throughout the country, ensuring that Kenya and Kenyan innovation have a profound impact on both the national stage and on the global development agenda. Without a doubt, this is an occasion that brings the best of the University of Nairobi into sharp focus, reminding the nation and the world of its bold ambitions and high standards. It is a call to action to embark on a strategic turnaround, rediscover the university's true potential, and showcase its caliber on the global stage. I am encouraged by the ambition underpinning the Big Five initiatives, which set out a bold blueprint for transformation. Their faithful implementation will make the university the epicenter of visionary leadership, bold innovation, purposeful curiosity, boundless imagination, and steady excellence. And I have confidence in the management and leadership of Nairobi University to achieve this. And I want to confirm to you that you have my personal and that of the government of Kenya's support in this endeavor. With the leadership provided by my friend Patrick as Chancellor, I am very confident that we can monetize all the assets of Nairobi University, monetize our research, monetize our assets, and bring into the equation what Minister here has said and what Chancellor has said, that through public-private partnership, we can unlock the tremendous potential that exists in the assets that we have, not just at Nairobi University, but in all our universities across Kenya. And this is the big step that is going to unlock that potential. I agree with you, Chancellor, that we need more PhDs, both in the university teaching fraternity, in the university student fraternity. We need more sharpened knowledge to be able to transcend into the future that we all desire. The Kenya government will spend $5 billion every year on the education of our children, both from primary to university. 650 billion Kenyan shillings. It is the highest budget spending on the government of Kenya's budget. Almost 30% of our budget goes to education, and we continue to invest more. But we need innovative, we need much more creative ways of making sure that we enlarge the pot of funding that is available for training, for research, for development in all our universities. And I want to encourage leadership and management of our universities to think outside the box and to look at what possibilities exist for partnership like the one you're doing with our friends from France. What opportunities exist for us to build synergy, build partnerships, work with the private sector, work with the business community, build private-public partnerships that would help unlock the potential that exists in our education sector, especially in our universities. I take this opportunity to appreciate the generous support of our partners, especially the government of France, whose investment has made this historic moment possible. This park is an enduring testament to the power of ambition, collaboration powered by a shared vision. Together, we are demonstrating that partnerships founded on mutual respect can achieve extraordinary positive impact. I also have a message to the young people of our nation. The government of Kenya is shaping the present, working for you and delivering opportunities for you to learn, work, create, and innovate a path to the future for yourselves and for your nation. The Silicon Savanah Innovation Park is your platform to define the future of Kenya's digital economy. The Silicon Savanah Innovation Park is more than an infrastructure project. It is an investment in our people, our future, and our global standing. Our message is clear. Kenya will not merely participate in the fifth industrial revolution. We will lead it. Let us seize this defining moment to turn our vision into a legacy of inclusive transformation that endures for generations. Together, we must work hard and build a nation where opportunity is not a privilege for the few, but a birthright for all, where everyone is assured of both capacity and opportunity to transcend every challenge and contribute meaningfully, and where our only limits are defined by the boundaries of our ambition and determination. I wish you success as you embark on the great project of delivering this most urgent transformation. Ladies and gentlemen, the University of Nairobi's Silicon Savanah Innovation Park is now launched. Thank you very much. God bless you, and God bless Kenya. Asanteni sana. Thank you.
Another round of applause for His Excellency. And Your Excellency, I seek your indulgence that if you will remain on stage, if we can take one photo, may I request that we have the two ministers join His Excellency, the Chancellor and the Vice Chancellor, the two students, and the PS, kindly to come on stage. If the students